Morning, guys. A lesson in what fundamentals can do over technicals overnight, with the CPI coming in much weaker than expected. Well, not much weaker, but a downtick, and that puts the US inflation annual at 4.8%. Clearly starting to come back into lines. Still a lot of work to do. However, the biggest move was in bonds and that safe haven flow, with this all but confirming that the Fed rates are near the peak. It's an 80% chance now that July will be 25 basis points, and then the question is, will there be another? And if that's going to be September or November. So, yeah, markets certainly took off. Bonds got smashed, stocks had a field day, and US dollar got absolutely smoked as both bonds came off, which the US dollar has been following, and also that safe haven flow wore off as well. So where we got here is this is the stock market, obviously really enjoying, as you can see on the print, taking off here. We've got VIX also getting smashed, so no fear, everything's all honky-dory. Commodities also took off with the expectation that if the US economy, the world's largest economy, is doing so well, the growth in the US economy is having a soft landing, so to speak, that there is no going to be crash landing at this stage. The data is showing that the US economy, jobs are still doing well, GDP is still doing reasonably well, consumer confidence is holding up, yet inflation is starting to drop. And the core inflation in that is energy prices. That dropped 17% on the month. So with energy prices being the big move in inflation after Putin invaded Ukraine, that's starting to come off now. So and come out of those figures, and that's a bit of a key thing. And so with the US economy doing so well, you can imagine that global growth is going to come on the back of that as well, and therefore commodities also took off, which saw the Aussie dollar do pretty well as well. So you've got oil ramping higher, gold ramping higher, copper ramping higher, everything just doing superbly well as that picture has changed. Well, you think just a minor figure like that and the picture's changed so dramatically. Well, yeah, this is how the markets work, right? So dollar index, as we can see here, absolutely smashed down to these lows. Where to from here? Your momentum indicator only as good as what price will allow. Yeah. So we've got where that, if we can make that sink in layout. Doesn't want to. Certainly, there's a major support here. Will that be held? When the market has an aggressive move like that, it tends to come back and fill it, right? So temporarily, but long term, possibly not. The US dollar had been in a pretty long uptrend for a couple of years, and I'd say that now with the economy, we are at peak rates, that this won't hold in the long term, and that we'll see the US dollar track back towards the sort of 90s over a period of time. Dollar yen would have also got smoked, getting close to this double support here, with the BOJ defending that 145 well, and now the US dollar sinking. Pound clearly over extremes. And again, you'd expect these extremities that the market won't hold at these levels, that it'll have a retracement or a pullback, but the general trend is now in play. Euro dollar, massive gains, and Aussie dollar finally broke out of 67, but 68's holding it. Good old round numbers. Again, if the commodity picture is changing thanks to the US economy, then yeah, you'll have a natural pullback, but that 68 may look to be broken, and we're looking at 69 soon. So, fun and games. Just a reminder that your technicals, indicators, Bollinger Bands, MACDs, RSIs, moving averages, all of those are reliant on price prints to be able to give you a signal. And price print is reliant on fundamentals and the overall economic situation. And that's why I always believe it's important that you have an idea of where the market's moving in the longer term based on fundamentals and be trading in that direction primarily. So yeah, just another lesson learned. Don't believe that the market's going to turn, because as I said yesterday, the market was at extremes, and if this the US data could be making that turning point, but I also did say yesterday that if the print is favourable, then your indicators are not going to stop the market. So on that note, I wish you well and for tomorrow, and yeah, trade accordingly.